Hello everyone. My today's topic is respiration, the energy producing system. We will be discussing about discovery of gases and respiration, which is a lesson from class 10th subject biology. Introduction. The food provides energy for all bodily activities only after breakdown through the process known as respiration. Thus, respiration leads to final utilization of food. When oxygen is plentiful, respiration normally takes over. Cells of the living body use food constantly to help our body function properly. They require the presence of gas, food material, and some chemicals. Thus, the term respiration derived from the Latin word respire, meaning to breathe. It refers to the whole chain of processes from the inhalation of the air to the use of oxygen in the cells. So let us begin with the discovery of gases and respiration. In 14th century, people hardly knew anything about all the life processes that took place internally in a living body. Respiration, which was used as a medical term, using referred to as a process involving passage of air and production of body heat. So basically, in 14th century, people didn't know what exactly or which life processes exactly took place internally in the body. So for them, respiration was referred to as process involving passage of air and production of body heat. So later, in 18th century, Lavoisier and Priestley did a comprehensive work on property of gases, their exchange, and respiration. So look carefully how there is a evolution on knowledge as well from 14th century to the 18th century, because these will play an important role in your understanding for the process of respiration. So carefully listen. In 14th century, it was just referred to as a process involving passage of air and production of body heat. But later in 18th century, a comprehensive work was done by the scientists Lavoisier and Priestley on properties of gases, their exchange, and respiration. And we came to know something about how the process of gases exchange goes on. So, later in Lavoisier's experiment, in his early experiments, it is clear that Lavoisier thought that the gases liberated on heating powdered charcoal in a bell jar kept over water in a trough was like fixed air. So basically, what Lavoisier did in his experiment is that he kept a charcoal in a bell jar, which was kept in a water in a trough, okay, which liberated fixed air. So this fixed air was known as carbon dioxide, basically. So this is the scientist picture, Lavoisier. Next series of experiment, Lavoisier dealt with combustion, combustion of phosphorus in a bell jar. From these studies, Lavoisier showed that whatever in the atmospheric air which combined with the phosphorus was not water vapor. Okay, so basically first in his experiment, what he did was that he got to know that there was the liberation of carbon dioxide. Earlier it was known as fixed air. Then in his next series of experiment, he came to know that Whatever in the atmospheric air which combined with phosphorus during combustion was not water vapor. His final words are, the substances which combine with the phosphorus, is either air itself or another elastic fluid present in a certain proportion in the air we breathe. Lavoisier noted that there was a profound difference between the air in which combustion of a metal had carried out and the one which had served for respiration. The air that we breathe out precipitated lime water, while after heating metal did not. So this sentence is very important. The air that we breathe out precipitated lime water, because you will come to know further why did it precipitated the lime water. From this, he deduced that there were two processes involved in respiration. I have even highlighted what he found out from his experiment, and that he probably knew only one. So, out of the two processes up till now, Lavoisier knew only one process. So, therefore, he carried out another experiment. In his next experiment, he showed that about 1/6 of the volume of vitiated air. Now, this vitiated air is the term used for a particular air from which the component is drawn out or removed. Okay, so from the vitiated air consist of it consisted of chalky acid gas. Therefore, to recreate common air from the vitiated air, it was not enough merely to add appropriate amount of air needed for burning. The existing chalky acid gas must be removed. Okay, so what happened exactly is that in his next experiment, he showed that about 1/6 of vitiated air. So what is this vitiated air is that it is a term used to show air from which the component needed for burning, okay, particular component needed for burning has been removed. So that is termed as vitiated air. So this vitiated air, it consisted of chalky acid gas, which is a fixed gas. And fixed gas or fixed air, I've told previously, is carbon dioxide. Therefore, to recreate common air from the vitiated air, it was not enough merely to add appropriate amount of air needed for burning. The existing chalky acid gas must be removed. He drew conclusion regarding the process of respiration. So now, listen carefully. There were conclusions drawn out from his experiment. Either a notable degree of respirable air is changed in the lungs to chalky acid, or an exchange takes place. So remember, initially, what was the concept of respiration? Then he carried out the experiment. He found out that in vitiated air, there was chalky acid gas. So what is this chalky acid gas? It is nothing but carbon dioxide. So basically, he concludes that a notable degree of respirable air is changed in the lungs. So first we inhale the air, then the air is changed in the lungs to chalky acid, or an exchange of gases take place. A notable degree of respirable air being absorbed, and an almost equal volume of chalky air been given up to the air from the lungs. So then from the lungs, this chalky acid is given up to the air. He had to admit that a considerable amount of respirable air did combine with blood to produce red color. But in due course, the scientists identified that due to hemoglobin, the blood is red in color. So here it is. The chief material which is being which a living being receives are matter that can be burned, water, and oxygen gas. Okay, so basically this sentence says that the chief material which a living being receives are matter that can be burnt, water, and oxygen gas. And out of the action of these upon one another, all physical phenomena of its life arises. What the body expels out is water, oxide of carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, and others. Thus, we can see that the role of major compounds and the elements in the process of respiration was known in mid-19th century. Thank you.